terrifying night of violence as Donald Trump supporters were attacked by an angry mob waiting for them outside a Trump rally. It happened in San Jose. As the crowd headed home, they were set upon. One young woman tried to take them on, proudly showing off her Trump shirt.
She's egging them on. She's egging them on.
Then it turned scary. She's hit in the face with watermelon and raw eggs.
Oh my God!
She finds herself all alone and cornered. The crowd screaming obscenities, and no one came to her aid, not even the cops. Someone better get her in! Finally, she gets back inside and finds sanctuary.
I was so scared watching this video, afraid for what was going to happen next to this young lady. And why were the police officers holding the doors and not grabbing her and pulling her inside?
Headlines this morning say people leaving the rally were hunted and chased down like prey. Watch as this young man runs for his life. He's caught and knocked down. Look at the fear in his face as he attempts to flee.
Another fistfight's about to break out right now. The Trump supporter is getting pummeled right now.
This guy's Build the Wall t-shirt was ripped off his back. Then he's knocked and punched by 6 men.
Run! Get the hell out of here!
That's a reporter you hear, telling him to flee.
7 more people just come in, start punching me. I look pretty bad.
The mob even followed the Trump supporters to their cars. Inside a parking garage, the assaults continued. An SUV was rocked and
Nazi scum! 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 Nazi!
It was a blatant cheap shot in Laguna Beach Sunday night. Video catches a man walk up behind Trump supporter R.C. Maxwell, then take a swing at him.
If the optics were completely different and I was a Black Lives Matter supporter and I was attacked on the Trump side of a protest, I would be spotlight on CNN right now.
Wise says his cuts and bruises came shortly after another Trump supporter was pushed to the ground and kicked in the head.
Oh, we got this video that is so disturbing, and I don't know about you. When I saw this, the first thing I thought was Reginald Denny. A motorist dragged out of his car, and what you're going to see in this video, you're going to hear people yelling, "You vote for Trump, this is what you get."
David, John Turan owns the art gallery here on West 57th Street, and on Tuesday, he decided to walk about 2 blocks over to Trump Tower to buy that Make America Great Again cap. He says he wanted it for a souvenir. He had no intentions to wear it, but he put it on, and even for a split second, he thought that was a bad idea.
No intentions of wearing it in New York City, because I think it's dangerous to wear a hat like this in New York City.
That was on John Turan's mind as he made his way for a dinner meeting in Lower Manhattan on Tuesday. He got off the N train at Canal Street when he saw about 15 people hanging out. That's when things took a downturn.
One girl flipped my hat, and then within 5-8 seconds, I got pushed from the back.
Stunned as he took a step back, that crowd grew angry and violent.
After I got bombarded, they said, F Trump, F this, F you. They were giving, chanting anti-Trump stuff.
Those suspects still on the run, leaving Turan with a black and bloodied eye, but not stopping him to express his political views.
I love President Trump. I think he's doing a great job. It's sad because to get beat up like this for wearing this type of hat, I think it's, this is America,
So witnesses on the scene allege that 27-year-old Aiden Courtwright did this all because the victim was holding a Donald Trump sign.
A Central Texas man has been arrested for attacking a teenager wearing a red Make America Great Again hat.
Now to some smartphone video that is certainly getting a lot of attention here online. It shows a Trump supporter by the name of Scott Kateski being yelled at by a woman on an Alaskan Airlines flight from Baltimore to Seattle.
High ground. If you put that man's finger on the button, that man doesn't believe in climate change. Do you believe in gravity? Did you know gravity is just a theory?
We begin tonight with federal authorities now revealing what they say was a plot to kill Donald Trump. A man driving across state lines, showing up at a rally in Las Vegas and reaching for an officer's gun. ABC News obtaining a federal complaint. Authorities say that man told the officer he was there to get Trump's autograph. And that's when he tried to get the gun.
You know, America's still a free country, right?
Victor F. is a 74-year-old Trump supporter who lives in Palo Alto. He casually went about his business today, still sporting the red MAGA hat that prompted a loud confrontation with a woman at a Palo Alto Starbucks 2 days ago.
This crazy woman came over, started raving at me. She turned to the rest of the Starbucks. Hey, everybody, here's this racist here. He hates brown people. He's crazy. He's a Nazi and so forth.
The woman, Rebecca Parker Mankey, then began taking photos and posting about it on her Facebook, saying she was going to shame him, get him fired, kicked out of clubs, and march up and down his street. Victor says she left, then came back and tried to rile the Starbucks crowd once more.
Hey, again, everybody here, this racist and so on. And then as she wrote in her thing, she was disappointed all the people didn't come and mob me.
In fact, the opposite happened. People started harassing Parker Mankey's family and her employer, Griffin Stringed Instruments, where she worked as an accountant. The store owner decided to fire her after he read her Facebook posts.
We feel that music is what brings people together, and so having someone then making comments that are divisive is just not consistent with our values.
Two teenagers decided to wear Make America Great Again hats on Howard University's campus. And what happens? Well, it isn't pretty. The teens say they were harassed, had one of the hats stolen, and essentially had to leave the school.
Something's not quite right behind the scenes of the Wall Township High School yearbook, and it started with junior Wyatt Dobrovich-Fago's Donald Trump sweater vest, the logo gone.
I thought maybe they just did something that they maybe just cropped it out and it wasn't something I should worry about, you know, they just did it.
I'm like, where's my quote? Like,
but then his sister Montana, the freshman class president, was wondering whatever became of the Donald Trump quote she submitted.
I like thinking big. If you're going to be thinking anything, you might as well think big by Donald Trump.
The senior class president's FDR quote made it, but Montana's was missing.
Like right here. I sent it in on time, everything was good, and I checked my email to make sure it was on time and everything, and it wasn't there.
I'm like, well, you know, it's kind of crazy. Two things against Trump in a way.
Questionable omissions to be sure, but not nearly as blatant as this. Here's junior Grant Berardo before publication. Here he is after.
But early on, I was a Ben Carson guy.
Joe Berardo is his dad.
It's serious because it's censorship.
Get a sense of the political winds in Newton. Consider this. Nearly 80% of voters here supported Hillary Clinton.
I, Donald John Trump.
So no surprise, on the day Donald Trump took office, Joe Urquiola and his buddy Cam Freeman were among a small minority of students at Newton North High School celebrating.
We had a couple hats, shirts, and then we had a flag, too.
This photo ended up online. Then another version appeared on Instagram with obscenities photoshopped above the boys' heads. Joe Urquiola, who is Jewish, was labeled a Nazi.
I know most people in my city don't like Trump, but I didn't know people looked at me that way, that with the nasty words and things they put about me on there.
What was your reaction when you saw this photo?
I was very angry. I contacted the school. I wrote a barrage of emails.
The principal responded by sending a letter to Newton North parents saying, quote, such posts will not be tolerated.
This is the Red Hen in Lexington, Virginia. The restaurant White House press secretary Sarah Sanders says she was asked to leave Friday. She first tweeted about her experience. Today, she's speaking out.
I was asked to leave because I work for President Trump.
A late-night rumble on Hawthorne.
Yep, hitting me square on the face.
Luke Lenzner was doing date night with his wife. They were trying to make their way into Growler's Tap Room in southeast Portland.
This is just from getting punched in the nose.
Lenzner attests that things escalated between people outside the bar. That's when police say these two, seen here, assaulted Lenzner and his wife.
Surrounding me, like literally surrounding me, pushing me. I'm just trying to get through, trying to stop the person from hitting me, taking my hat, and then I get sucker punched.
Robert Youngblood was in a Florida restaurant wearing his Make America Great Again hat when surveillance video shows a man walking behind Youngblood and put what he says was a balled-up wet paper towel on the brim of his hat.
A sixth grader attacked on his school bus for wearing a Make America Great Again hat. You can see him there. And guess who was suspended after all this? The victim.
You want to build a wall? You want to build a...
The video shows classmates shoving the 12-year-old St. Louis boy while yelling at him for supporting the president. His outraged mother says she is horrified.
I saw him being berated and bullied and beat, literally beat, because he feels strongly about the world today.
Well, the school responded by saying all of the students involved are facing consequences.
How does being a patriot and trying to show pride in your country, how is that inappropriate?
Clovis North senior Maddie Mueller doesn't shy away from sharing her political views or wardrobe. She's a member of the Valley Patriots. The group asked their members to wear their MAGA hats on February 20th. Maddie was told she couldn't on campus, so she asked if she could wear any Trump hat with school colors on it, and she was told no, citing the dress code.
To my knowledge, Trump is not a logo, it's a last name, it's just our president. You can't really claim that our president is a logo, a sports team. It's not affiliating with any gang.
The Clovis Unified School District dress code does not specify if political hats or shirts are allowed.
Bottom line for us, our dress code is really about allowing our kids to come to school, to feel safe at school, to feel supported at school.
This is Ivanka Trump looking rattled after an angry passenger accosted her on a commercial flight, telling her, "Your father is ruining the country."
Apparently one passenger was hurling insults at Ivanka Trump.
Shame on the person who harassed them. I don't care how you feel about, Donald Trump.
JetBlue removed the passenger, lawyer Dan Goldstein, before the flight took off from New York's JFK airport Thursday morning. Ivanka was traveling to Hawaii with her husband, Jared, and other family members. Goldstein's spouse, college professor Matthew Lassner, tweeted a play-by-play of the confrontation. Ivanka and Jared at JFK flying commercial, my husband chasing them down to harass them.
So here we are at Exhale Vapor City in Tucker, Georgia, and I have just been asked to leave the store. He greeted me. That was nice. I did find the item that I wanted, and the next thing he said was that he'd like me to leave.
If you do not stop recording in my store, I'm going to call the police and ask you to leave now.
Please call the... That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. We can call Fox 5 and all sorts of stuff. I would like to purchase something here. Please do call your boss, because I will be calling corporate.
Go for it.
I am looking forward to releasing this video, because I just want to purchase something.
Off, dude! Off! Get the off of here!
This is Connor Mullen, the South Portland High School sophomore. New his ball cap with Donald Trump's slogan, "Make America Great Again," might get a rise out of his fellow classmates.
Knocking my hat off a lot, just had it thrown in the trash can once.
But the 16-year-old says he was taken by surprise by some negative comments from some of his teachers.
One teacher told me, thank God I couldn't vote. The teacher surprised me because my dad's a teacher, and I know for a fact that teachers are supposed to be, not involved. They're supposed to just, they don't have to agree with me. They just have to kind of bite their tongue and not comment on it.
The superintendent says he sent an email to faculty reminding staff to be respectful of varying viewpoints. The superintendent says this hat situation has created what he called a beautiful problem.
In American society today, we don't have to rub elbows with people we don't agree with that much. But in a public school, public high school, we do. From all walks of life, from all races, from all religions, from all political persuasions.
As for Mullen, he says he'll continue to wear his Trump hat to school and support the candidate that made an impression during a recent Trump rally in Maine.
I saw him in Portland, yeah. One of the best days of my life. I met him, too. He signed a couple of my signs.
He also reached out to the Trump campaign to see if they might be interested in this civics lesson from Maine. So far, he hasn't heard back. In South Portland, Jim Keithley, WMTW News 8.